Welcome everybody to this very unique edition of Dripcheck. It's the return of Dripcheck, and this is all happening because of you. We recently hit 200 subscribers here on the channel, and I'm a man of my word, so we are going to do this edition of Dripcheck on CM Punk hairstyles. I am joined by Mr. John Von Hollywood. We're celebrating 200 subs. We love it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go each hairstyle. We'll both kind of talk about it, give our opinion about it, and then we'll both give it a score. I was thinking of Dave Meltzer 5 stars, but we're going to go between 1 and 5 Larry's hairbrushes.
Wait, who?
Oh, where is my hairbrush?
So you could score it between 1 and 5 hairbrushes. Oh, where is my hairbrush?
All right.
Oh, where
Well,
is my hairbrush? So that's
alrighty, folks. CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Just a PSA. We're not here to make fun of CM Punk. We're literally just doing this for entertainment purposes. Phil, if you're watching, don't take any of this to heart. Do not bring up my bank account. Thank you.
I mean, truly though, Ace. At the same time, look at our haircuts. Like, come on.
Yeah,
we're ones to judge.
I haven't gotten a haircut in like 3 months. I look like the fucking dude from Despicable Me. So this first one we got here is, I think, one of the classic modern CM Punk looks. We have the slick back hair, which he tends to rock. Now, this picture in particularly comes from his AEW days, and during this time, it was right before the media scrum. Not a great time to be a CM Punk fan at the moment, but I think it's classic. I have a lot of fond memories when I see CM Punk with that haircut, even though there's a slightly altered version at the end, but it's still kind of the same. So I'm gonna give it 3.5 hairbrushes.
Now, does this count with the beard? Like, did the beard?
I do like the beard.
Fly with the image. With
yes.
The haircut. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like this one.
He looks old, but not too old.
I'll give it 4 out of 5 hairbrushes.
He's a grizzled young veteran there. But next up is only a year later. This is the real world champion CM Punk buzz cut, with the kind of the grayish beard is back. Not as thick, it looks like, as the other one. Awkward time for CM Punk. He was back on Collision, carrying around this real world title. Had a cool program with Samoa Joe. But it just overall was awkward. I know there was a lot of people who enjoyed Collision over the summer. A lot of people did say it was, for a couple of weeks, the best wrestling show in America. But it didn't last long because of certain things that involve real glass. So I'm going to give it 2 hairbrushes. It's just an awkward time to be a Punk fan here.
See, I have no idea what you're talking about, Ace, but I like the haircut, so I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 brushes. Wow. That's right.
The real world champion.
Tier. Yeah, the real world champion. I think the look is cool. By the way, folks, stick around to the very end, because then I will also show the tier list that Mikhail and myself had made the other day. We'll throw that at the end.
You get the Mikhail opinion.
Yeah, you gotta stay watching though, right? It's keeping the
Don't
audience.
skip forward.
You know?
Do not skip forward.
Skip to this timestamp.
This one's interesting.
Yeah. This is the one, Ace.
I don't think Punk was wrestling yet, so I can't really give any background on the lore here. But what a photo! What a powerful photo here. It was. I'm going to guess that I'm gonna take a guess actually while you look it up.
Nice.
I'm gonna say it's 1996 because Stone Cold looks like he's Stone Cold, but it's the retro WWF logo. I think it's before they transitioned into the Attitude Era officially. That's my guess. 96, I'm saying. But
it says 96 from this Steve Austin on X.
Oh,
shit.
I need a life. As
5 out of 5.
wow, another. I'm gonna give it 3 hairbrushes because
Nice.
I think it's a little dated, the hairstyle. I think it's hard to rock a shaved blonde head now, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The average, like, I wouldn't be able to do it. You would all laugh at me if I just shaved my head and dyed it.
So, Ace, as we move on to the next, our number 4 here, this is like he's starting to grow the mutton chops. He's starting to grow the sideburn things. What's going on here? When was this?
I think this is after he, I was gonna say quit WWE, but he technically got fired.
I was fired.
So I believe this is right after that. Yeah, this looks like
2019 stuff.
Okay, so it's a couple of years after, perhaps. Yeah, if anything, this might be like a headshot. Yeah, looks like a healthy Punk. This definitely looks like a guy who's not on the road 24/7 anymore. Because he says it himself. He needed to leave in order to get better. He had a lot of health issues going on in that. So, but the whole style, if we're going based on the style, it's a little mid. I think Punk's living in mid city in this photo, so I'm gonna give it 2 hairbrushes. I'm not really feeling it.
I like to agree with you, Ace, because I am also going to give it 2 hairbrushes. What the hell is this, Ace?
So,
what is this from?
This was during the Straight Edge Society gimmick, which we'll talk about later. Punk had a hair versus mask match against Rey Mysterio and lost. So he got his head shaved and wore a mask. Like, he had a Straight Edge Society luchador mask. I think there's an action figure of it. I always wanted it. And later on in the summer, he feuded with the Big Show. I believe that photo is like they're on top of a ladder, and Big Show climbed up and grabbed the mask off of him. And he was exposed that he was bald.
He's bald.
So it's not the greatest look in the world, but it sure was entertaining, and I got to give it to him. He went for it, so I'm gonna give it a generous 2.5 hairbrushes from your boy.
Wow, Ace, because you said it's 1 out of 5 hairbrushes, right?
Yes. So
Okay,
I put it right in the middle.
hairbrush from me.
Wow.
Listen, man. So far, guess what? None of this, not recognizable CM Punk to me. When I was a wee lad, I could recognize the name CM Punk. But then, I didn't watch wrestling.
Now, this next look, this is my first look of Punk when I was a wee little lad, when I would turn on Tuesday night at 10 o'clock for some ECW action. This guy popped up on the TV screen saying he was straight edge, didn't really know what that meant at the time. He'd have these X's on his hands, just thought it was cool looking. You had cool looking guys like Edge, Randy Orton, John Cena. He still stood out. He still managed to be a prominent look that even people who our age that grew up with wrestling years later, they remembered CM Punk from that time. They did fall in love with that character, and that's why when Punk did come back to WWE this past year, it has so many views on YouTube. This was the genesis of it. So from all that point, and I think he looks badass. He's a punk rock wrestler. The name fits him. The style fits him. It all works here. This is right after his Ring of Honor world title reign, coming into ECW. They should have put the fucking belt on him. Paul Heyman was right. I'm going to give it 4 hairbrushes.
Wow. So, I'm going to give him 3 hairbrushes. And I'm going to mostly blame the image because he looks a little too edgy, which this guy is straight edge. You'd see him Punk. I mean, he is edgy.
Yeah.
But sometimes, look at the pose. Look at the hair.
It's
too
iconic,
edgy.
though.
We're going to kick off this next lightning round of CM Punk in your favorite shows and movies. That's
boy.
right, folks. Where the hell is this from? Did we ever figure this out?
No,
I don't think I looked this one up.
Yeah, we figured out the other one.
Why don't you talk about Mustache one first?
So that was in a very, very acclaimed horror movie, Jacob's Wife, where Punk played a pivotal role, I'm sure. Funny look for him. It is a movie character. It wasn't something he walked around in public with, so I'm not gonna talk shit about it that much. But he doesn't fit that Burt Reynolds look, man. He's too scrawny.
You don't like the stash?
He's too scrawny for that type of look. If you're gonna rock like the Burt Reynolds type mustache, you gotta be like a big dude. You gotta look like. And this is the era of Punk. Like, this is when he got fired and he was all whiny. Yeah, I'm gonna give it one hairbrush. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it. I'm gonna give it 3. I'm gonna put it right up there next to what I gave the EC Punk. But this other movie, apparently, Ace, is called Girl on the Third Floor.
Another horror movie, I assume.
2019.
Okay.
Well,
So right before he came to AEW, he tried some acting, it seems.
2 movies we need to watch now.
Yeah.
Very handsome fella in this picture.
Yeah, he looks like an actor here. I'm gonna give it 3 hairbrushes. I think he looks decent there.
Nice. I'm gonna give it 4 hairbrushes.
Wow.
Honestly, if there wasn't the Christopher Nolan smash hit Oppenheimer, and they were going to be making a like low budget Oppenheimer movie, I would have cast him.
He could have just been in Oppenheimer. He could have taken
could've.
Josh Peck's role.
CM Punk with the headset.
Yeah, MMA commentator Punk. Yeah, he looks nice here. He started to grow out his hair again, which I thought was very funny. Doesn't look like a pain in the ass. Looks like a nice wrestling veteran. I'm gonna give it 3 hairbrushes. I think this is fine. Nothing spectacular. Like there's no drip god here or anything.
I'm gonna give him 4 hairbrushes because
Wow.
I think he looks clean, just like he
Yeah.
does in that movie. Look how clean he looks.
Here we go. Going back in time again. I doubt he ever wrestled with that hair. Another Stone Cold photo. So another.
Isn't it funny.
He looks like he should go on set of the Scooby-Doo movie.
Do you want to guess the year?
Let's see. 97. I think it's only a year later.
Great. Nothing. Fine.
Well, it's
Fine.
definitely around that time. Did I not give it a score? I'm giving it 2 hairbrushes.
I'm gonna have to go with 2 hairbrushes as well. If he wants to be in Sugar Ray.
It's a little too long to spike it. Like, it looks like it's half his head.
Yeah.
And this is Ring of Honor / TNA Punk. Over in TNA, he was part of Raven's Flock. For a lot of people, this is how they were introduced to CM Punk, was through these times. He was the Ring of Honor World Champion. He had the Summer of Punk storyline that really put Ring of Honor on the map. So it's like the ECW Punk, where there's a lot of memories and a lot of iconic moments in professional wrestling attached to this. But I don't think blonde works for him in this way. So that's gonna take it down for me. Historical value, though, I feel like I'm on Pawn Stars. The historical value of it, though,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 3. I don't think I could go any higher than that. 3 hairbrushes.
I'm also giving it 3.
He looks like a hockey player here, and it doesn't help that he's wearing a devil shirt.
Yes. And
Which is
the
interesting.
badge behind him with CM Punk.
Yeah, interesting. He would wear that. Famously a huge Blackhawks fan. He goes to like every game. So you would think that'd be a little blasphemous, but what do I know? Very long beard here. He looks like a hockey player here. Kind of cool. I don't think he did anything around this time. It wasn't UFC or anything. I think this was just... This might have been Marvel comic writer CM Punk, which is quite funny. So I'm gonna give it like 2.5.
I'm gonna give it 1 hairbrush.
Wow.
Oh boy, Punk getting beat up. A series.
Whew. This first one's... Well, they're both rough, but this one, it looks like his ear got chewed up. I watched this fight. I bought the pay-per-view and everything. He faced off against, I don't know his last name. I know his first name's Mickey because he walked out to, "Come on, Mickey, you so fine, you so fine, you blow my mind,
hey Mickey."
Yeah, he came out to that.
Hey Mickey.
Which it was such WWE shit in UFC that night because he comes out to that. And then, like, the lights go down. Nobody knows if CM Punk is going to walk out to it. And then all you hear is... Look in my eyes. And
Look in my eye. Yeah.
And he's walking out to it. But then he gets his ass racked by this Mickey dude. Wasn't the greatest thing. But according to Punk, he had fun that night. And, that's all that matters, I guess. It's a half a hairbrush for me, though, dog.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Actually, I'm going to have to take that back. I think I'm going to give it 1 hairbrush because this next one, bro, that's my half a hairbrush.
So
I think he looks weak in this photo. Look at him. He looks like Harry Potter.
This one was bad. So after the Mickey fight, they did another fight. We were in college, actually, during this. I specifically remember buying this pay-per-view on my PS4. And I watched it. I am a broke college student, and I still fucking supported you, Phil. And I watched the fight. He, I believe, climbed the cage. I believe this was the fight. It might have been the Mickey fight. One of these fights, he tried climbing the cage with his legs during a takedown, which, if you know anything about UFC, that is a very bad thing to try to do. And I don't think you're allowed to do that either. Bad look. After this fight, Dana White was interviewed. Said he regrets putting Punk on that match. He should have put him on the pre-show. There was this whole thing on Joe Rogan where they talked about Punk for like 20 minutes about how he's just not athletically fit for a sport like the UFC. He was too old. It just didn't work. I felt bad for the guy around this time because he has a love for that sport, and I understand. I have a love for hockey, and I'm sure if I joined the NHL today, I would be fucking awful. So I understand loving something you probably suck at. So it's also a half a hairbrush for me. I think both of these are very bad.
That's me with filmmaking. Not as good as the movie Lightning Round.
No, this one's just sad. This was funny enough.
But I'm gonna just come out with the number, Ace.
Oh.
Wolverine, number 5. I mean, look at him.
So
he looks like he wrote comic books, nerd.
This was right before he got fired from WWE. This was a very disgruntled Punk, and Punk likes to change his haircuts when he changes characters. He's big on that. Very dramatic, very theatrical
Method
of
actor,
him.
Yeah, theater boy over here.
So I'm just speculating here, but I think the Wolverine thing was kind of parallel to how he was feeling. He felt like the Wolverine of WWE, where he was constantly frustrated. He couldn't work well with others at the time. He probably felt like a lone wolf. So this fits for the time, and I do agree with you. I do like the look. I don't love it because I'm not a nerd, Not a nerd. Little nerd over there with your comic book wrestling. Anyway, I'm gonna give it.
That's a name I haven't heard.
I'm gonna give it
long
four.
time.
I'm gonna give it 4 hairbrushes.
Alrighty.
Now this
Well,
one we disagree on.
Apparently.
And I think I'm looking at this with rose-colored glasses already.
Yeah, because you may not be a comic nerd, but
No.
you sure as shit are a little wrestling mark.
This was my Tobey Maguire moment. When I heard that cult of personality and he walked out, I was like, oh my god, the multiverse is real. CM Punk is back. Speaking of movie characters, he kind of looks like how Tom Cruise looked in Top Gun. Like the short, spiky hair. Tom Brady also did this look at the end of his career. I don't know if this is something.
The Tom Brady vibes are pretty high.
Yeah, I don't know if this is something like people do, like when they're about to retire, is this haircut, but it seems to be a trend. But
I think he shaved the sides of his head wrong here.
yeah, he looks like Jaden.
It looks like when I messed up my haircut in college, when I shaved the sides of my head too short and I didn't blend it very well.
Yeah, there's not really a fade there.
It's just gone.
And now, this past Raw, he has his hair slicked back again, so it's not like he was going for something. I don't know.
He was in that middle stage where it's just starting to grow back. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's starting to grow it out again, and it's like, oh. It's in that messy stage where you can't do anything. You just suffer through it.
But I'm going to give it 3.5 hairbrushes.
Bro, listen, you said you and I disagree. I said that he looks a little homeless, and it's kind of funny. And I'm only giving it 2 stars. That's not too
Okay.
far off from you.
I thought it'd be like a 1 for you the way you
Now
talked
look
about
at
it.
this giraffe neck looking at The Rock. I think he looks pretty cool here, though.
Yeah, he has my favorite Punk quote is in this promo. He says to The Rock, "Your arms are just too short to box with God." This is right before their WWE title match.
Nice.
I love that line. Punk was a heel. He was with Paul Heyman at this time. He had a faction behind him. The Shield just made their debut. And at the time, their characters was to protect the WWE champion at all costs. Very cool stuff happening in wrestling. A lot of changes were about to happen. And this is a cool era. He had the WWE title for over a year. For a while, it was the longest WWE title reign in the modern era. Until a tribal chef came along. But
That guy from The Shield.
yeah, who was in that faction, which is kind of cool to think about. That's why he should maybe keep the title after Mania 40 and feud with Punk, but that's another conversation for another time. I like this look though. Paul Heyman guy Punk, very cool Punk. 4 hairbrushes.
I'm going to agree with you, Ace. I'm giving him 4 hairbrushes. Now this next look, the hair's a little longer, the beard's pretty good. I'm going to give this one 4.5 hairbrushes.
Wow.
What era is this?
So this is new Nexus Punk.
What? What the hell does that even mean?
So yeah, we haven't gone through that in our lore. We haven't visited the Nexus yet. One of the craziest factions in WWE history. Their debut, one of the most iconic nights in Monday Night Raw is when they all beat up John Cena, their first night there. It was the original leader of the Nexus, Wade Barrett, got shifted off to SmackDown, booted out of the Netflix, and CM Punk became the new leader of the new Nexus. Didn't really last long. He had a rivalry with Randy Orton that led into a WrestleMania match, but pretty much once we get to the pipe bomb, the new Nexus is pretty much done at this point. And I would say wasted potential. He was trying to be like a cult leader again. he did the Joker thing and had 2 members do tryouts with kendo sticks, like literally did the Dark Knight scene. He was definitely experimenting some things here.
Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett?
Yes, he was the leader of the original Nexus.
You know he's a commentator now? Wait a minute. So is he gonna hate on CM Punk like how JR hated Triple H?
If they keep kayfabe, yeah, Punk took his group away. Yeah, so I love this look as well. I wish the new Nexus had a little more oomph to it, so I'm gonna give it 4.5 hairbrushes.
Yo, both of us matching the past 2. And now it's time to drop the bomb.
Yeah, this one might be my first 5. You have the slick back hair Punk, great beard going, and when he sat down cross-legged in that Stone Cold shirt and gave a pipe bomb, man, I can't think of a time growing up in wrestling that was talked about more. 90s people had the Montreal Screwjob, and then 2000s people had the pipe bomb. that was kind of our thing. That it broke all the wrestling websites crashed. But yeah, what he said in this promo, it's still talked about today. Apparently, he was allowed to say what he wanted. It's an iconic moment in professional wrestling. I think this is my first 5 hairbrush look. Punk, after this moment, Punk became he kind of took over the Jeff Hardy spot for me. I was missing a favorite wrestler because Jeff Hardy was having some issues.
Busy. Yes, I'm going to have to go with 5 stars as well. And a little hint, folks, don't forget at that random timestamp that nobody knows at the end of the video, the tier list that Mikhail and I made the other night. This was at the top as well. But next one is another 5-star for me. 5 hairbrush. I apologize.
I agree too. This is 2 5 hairbrushes in a row for me. Straight Edge Society Punk. I love this gimmick. So the Straight Edge Society, Punk would recruit alcohol and drug addicts. This is all in kayfabe.
Oh man.
He would make them shave their heads. They needed to pretty much join this cult, and him being this Christ-like figure. Old ladies would scream at him. People were convinced that Punk lost his mind. It was a really fun gimmick. He had a lot of cool T-shirts around this time too. I loved it. Had a great string of matches with Rey Mysterio. Even his Big Show matches weren't bad. He feuded with The Undertaker around this time. Pretty much kicked Jeff Hardy out of WWE in kayfabe with this gimmick. Very, very iconic Punk. If it wasn't for the pipe bomb, this would have been peak Punk.
See, I don't know about the whole Jesus Savior thing, but the Charles Manson thing is definitely that vibe's also there. You know, he's still creepy, man. I don't know if the guy led a cult.
Good job, Phil. This is becoming the Montreal Screwjob, because what more can I say about this that hasn't been said already?
I've watched this video.
Yeah, you see the photo. You know what happened. Cole Cabana shares a bank account with his mother. The Young Bucks couldn't manage a target if they could, according to Punk. Very iconic quotes that I'm sure wrestling fans will be saying on Twitter with Mikhail for years to come. Khan probably should have just shut that press conference down.
No, but instead he stood in the corner looking like a freaking Muppet. Kermit the Frog over there looking at him. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. The hairbrush.
Oh, yeah. No hairbrushes. 0.
No? Wait. Yeah. I would have done that earlier. That's why I specifically asked about 1 through 5, you jackass.
All right, I'll give it a quarter of a hairbrush.
I'm picking 3.5 because it's iconic.
It was just depressing because at the time I was like, wow, one of my favorite wrestlers. That might have been his last image. Like, it was just a depressing time to look at.
I watched the video and I was like, ha, Tony, shut it down, dummy.
Now, I guess this was his peak AEW. He defeated Hangman Page for the title here in our final photo. We didn't know at the time the issues they had, but pretty cool moment at Double or Nothing. They main evented. He won the world title. Yeah, it was cool to see Punk hold a belt again. Looks very old here.
Yeah, it's like it's better than the homeless look, I think. But I'm gonna have to give it two hairbrushes.
I think I'm gonna agree with you. I'm not in love with this look by any means, but a cool moment, a cool stat for AEW that somebody like CM Punk has held their title. It definitely, 10 years from now, maybe they could mention it again.
So, for the top CM Punk look, I'm going to have to go with CM Jesus.
So yeah, I think I'd go with Pipe Bomb. And I think those are his two peaks. I think we picked the top two there.
Two sides of the same coin. What a 200 subscribers special, Ace, I tell you.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it.
Any closing thoughts on CM Punk?
I'm trying to look at it positively. As a fan of CM Punk, I want him to have a good run in WWE. I want good matches. I really do. And hopefully he gets that WrestleMania main event he did deserve. It's actually insane he never main evented WrestleMania.
Thank you, everybody, for watching and celebrating our 200 subscriber special drip check with us, the CM Punk hairstyles. I hope you maybe learned something from Ace's history over there, or you learned which CM Punk look you like the best. Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. If you like more videos like this, please comment down below. And thank you for watching. Goodbye, everybody.
Watch the Shock Rock Rumble.